Here's how you can learn any language in 6 months using the onion method. Learning a new language can feel like an endless amount of new things to remember if you don't have a structure and a system. You feel overwhelmed with vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structures, exceptions in the grammar, so many things. And that's why 99% of people will never actually master the languages because they feel overwhelmed. It's just too much effort and work. Here's the good news. To be functionally fluent in any language, you just need these 3 things. 1,200 most common words of any language, basic sentence structures, and basic grammar rules. That's literally it. Think about the English language. Words like and, the, and what are frequently used on a daily basis. In comparison, words like planting a tree or rocket are rarely being used. It doesn't mean that these words are useless, but you have to admit that on a day-to-day basis, you would probably not use them 99%. So what is the onion method? Think about an onion, right? You have to peel all of the separate layers to finally get to the juicy part, which is the eatable part, the most important part of an onion. And the same goes for languages. So in the center of the onion, we have the 1,000 most common words, we have the basic grammar structure that you need, and also the basic sentence structure. Every other layer around the center represents additional vocabulary, additional grammar that is nice to have, but not essential to master fluency. Let me show you step by step how you can use this onion method to get to fluency fast using mind maps. Because I'm a visual learner, I love to have mind maps, to have a quick overview of everything I need to know. And the tool that I personally use to do mind maps online is called Edraw, who are also kindly sponsoring today's video. I've been using this mind mapping tool forever, so when it finally reached out, I was like, let's get this started. We're currently inside the Edraw mind mapping software. Highly recommend you guys to download the software as well, because you just have way more freedom when it comes to designing your personal mind maps. Click the link in the description box below. So this is the onion method in a really simple, basic mind map, right? So we have the onion method, we have 1,200 most common words, basic sentence structure, and basic grammar. If you master these 3 things, basically you're set for any language you're trying to learn. So I have a different mind map for 1,200 most common words. We're going to dive into that in a bit. For now, let's focus on the basic sentence structure, right? And this is specifically for learning English because I know a lot of you struggle with English. So I picked English. So we have SVO, subject, verb, object. She eats an apple. SVA, subject, verb, adjective, he's happy, for when you want to elaborate on your feelings, for example, right? And then questions. Auxiliary verb, do, does, is, are, will, plus subject, plus main verb, plus object. Do you like pizza, for example? With these 3 basic sentence structures, you can express nearly anything you want to say in the English language. And if you combine that with 1,200 most common words, then basically you're really set for most things that you want to express. Okay, when it comes to basic grammar, we just have to focus on these 3 things, okay? Present tense, past tense, future tense. Present tense, we're going to divide into simple present, present progressive. Even simple present probably would be enough, but I just put it into here. Past tense, simple past, and present perfect. And then future tense, we have simple future tense, will plus base verb. There's like going to plus verb as well, but that's a little bit more complicated when it comes to the future tense. And will plus base verb is already more than enough to express the future tense, right? Now let's dive into the 1,200 most common words. How do you actually find the 1,200 most common words? For that, I have a different mind map created for you. How it works is here we have the nouns, we have the verbs, we have the adjectives. Just as ChatGPT asking a prompt, hey, can you give me the 100 most common nouns of the English language? Also categorize them for me. Cool. With this basic prompt, you can get the 100 most common nouns, and then you can do the same with verbs and adjectives as well, right? That's exactly what it did here. And as you can see, inside the mind map, here we differentiated exactly how ChatGPT differentiated. So basically, ChatGPT does all the work for you. You just have to put it into this mind map as well. And a lot of people actually don't like to work with, vocabulary that much. I personally use vocabulary, but I also complement that with mind maps just because I'm a visual learning guy, right? So this is perfect for you. If you're sick of learning flashcards, for example, this is a great way to have a quick overview of all the important words you need for your language learning, right? So nouns, people, relationships, we have person, man, family, friend, and so forth. So with all these branches, basically you have subcategories like people, relationship, places, time, and you can repeat them in an instant by just looking at this mind map, which is really cool. Verbs: to go, to do, to love. You could also like separate that again into like categories, for example, movement verbs or like a feeling verb, stuff like that, right? And then adjectives: big, small, and short. You get the point. So Edraw actually makes it so simple to create engaging mind maps for you guys. So to recap, the onion methods really helps you to focus on the essential first, the most important aspects of any new language. And then gradually, as you progress, you can add more and more layers to your onion center. Mind mapping helps you to organize everything visually, making language learning very effective. So I highly recommend you guys to check out Edraw yourself and create your own mind maps for any language you're trying to learn. Click the link in the description box below. If you found this video helpful, you might want to check out my other video, Why Understand English but Can't Speak It.